We are talking to Woody Jacobs. Woody is candidate for mayor of the city of Cullman. Woody, to begin with, give us some background about yourself.
All right. Well, I was born here several years ago, and grew up here. And originally, I grew up out in the county, and I went to Welty, which is a small school a lot of people know about. And then I wound up coming to Cullman Junior High School. Graduated from Cullman High School. Was fortunate. I could shoot basketball good enough. I got a basketball scholarship. Went 2 years out to Sacred Heart, which was a good experience. And after that, I went to the University of Alabama, got an accounting degree, and came back here and got in my parents' accounting practice, and that's what I did for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then the last 21 or 22 years, I've been working in commercial construction, and I always say it's always numbers. It comes back to numbers. But I've got a family. Obviously, I married a Voigt from Connie Voigt. She went to Hansville. Her parents, Herman and Betty Voigt. We have 2 children. Tyler, who operates a restaurant here in town. And
go ahead, give him a plug.
Well, it's Grumpy's Italian Grill.
There we go.
I wasn't going to try to get any free advertising there. And then my daughter, Hannah, she's 25 now. A lot of people know Hannah, but she's has Down syndrome, and she's very active in the community. She volunteers at the high school. She volunteers at the primary school. Rides Hope. She participates in the Hope Horses program, and she works at the farmers market.
I was going to say that's where I see her.
A lot of people know her from the farmers market. So she says she's my campaign manager.
There you go.
And she laughed and she meant it, and she said, "Hey, Dad, let me know when I need to give a speech."
Very good. Woody, you served on the city council, a couple of terms?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to run for mayor?
Well, when I was on the council, that was from 2000 to 2008, and I was president of the council and got a good understanding of the city. But I quickly realized that I was putting too much time in the council side, which needed it, and not enough time in the business side. So I'm like, I need to back away from this. And the Lord kind of led me that way, and it's been a good thing, because I've gotten a different perspective. You tend to, when you're there that long, you tend to start, I call it sometimes stinking thinking. You need to get back and get a perspective of the people. So I've been away from that for 8 years, and I wasn't really planning on running for mayor, and then just a series of things started happening, and the Lord kind of led me that way, and people encouraging me, so I did decide to run, and I guess I'm ready to start my 3rd career, because I'd be totally retiring, getting away from the construction side, because again, from my experience being a president of the council, you've got to, being mayor's definitely a full-time. Being president of the council is hard enough.
Yeah.
But, so I'm looking forward to, that's what the voters want, to retiring from the construction side and, rolling up my sleeves and going to work for the city of Cullman.
As you campaign, what are the voters telling you they're concerned about?
Well, you have some preconceived ideas, but when you start going door to door, and I'm going to say me and my wife have done most of it. My sister and my niece have helped a little bit on Saturdays and the afternoons. You think but the number one thing out there is streets, from the voters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily condition of the streets, but it's the way they've been patched. And and if you ride around, sometimes depending on what part of town you live on, some streets are pretty bad. Conditions are bad, and so I think that would be one of I call it one of my top 5. Things that are in my top 5, kind of like being on the 5-year plan with the state road department. But there's a lot of things that ideas I've got, but that would be right there at the top.
Is the problem lack of money, or is it appropriating the money?
Cities got enough money to take care of the streets, and it's not a lack of money. Unfortunately, the county's got so many roads. Yeah. It's tough for them, and the road base. Mm-hmm. But with the city, I think we get some proper equipment that get some proper training on patching, and then paving and maintaining, we should be able to keep the roads in pretty good shape.
What else would you like to see done in the city of Cullman?
Well, another one of my top ones kind of relates back to what we just talked about, but that's from my construction experience. I've realized that we got the different departments, and they're all good departments, but we need someone over them like a project manager. Like on a big large construction job, you've got a guy that he's overseeing and coordinating all the aspects of the job, because this is another thing I've heard going door to door is we'll pave a street and then 2 weeks later we're out there digging it up. Sometimes it just happens. You can't help it. Water line breaks, whatever. But a lot of times it's because we wasn't planning, we wasn't coordinating. And that's easy enough to solve with communication, but there's no one there to help do that communication. It's tough, with my background, I could probably handle it. But then the next guy that comes behind me and the next guy that comes, next, you need a system.
Okay.
Or as a coach here in the state would say, we need a process that perpetuates, that keeps going, but that's not a continuing problem.
What do you tell the voters why they should vote for you?
Well, I've got a lot more ideas like that. I'm energetic. I'm still young enough to get out there and run the race hard. Another thing that I would like to do, and this is probably appeals more to the younger voter, but I see a lot more folks with a smartphone. One of the things that I want to do to communicate, make it easy for the citizens to communicate, the 8 years that I've been off, countless times people come up to me and say, who do I call for this? Who do I call for that? What do I need to do? I want to create an app for the city.
Okay.
You have your smartphone, you download that app, and if you've got a pothole, if you've got a street light out, you got a water leak, or you got an issue that you're not sure about, take a picture of it. Goes into the system. Then you would get a call back, or a communication, maybe not necessarily a phone call, but a text message that they've received it. It's in the system. There's accountability, and it takes away a lot of frustration of the people out there, because they're not sure who to call. Right. And then sometimes when they do call, if somebody's on vacation, they don't know what's going on. It can get frustrating, because that's another thing I've heard going door to door, on that. So that idea has resonated, with a lot of folks out there.
Very good, Woody. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And good luck in the election on August 23rd.
August 23rd, 2 weeks from yesterday.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Woody Jacobs running for mayor.
Thank you.